bro? It's your boy Rory G Nine, aka got a lot of guns, aka got a lot of kicks.
Got my FNX tactical grips in, y'all. First, let's clear the gun. Clear.
Before doing any work to any firearm, make sure it's clear first. I ordered these Talon grips from Amazon for $20. Came in a couple of days. I got the granulated instead of the rubber, as a lot of people are used to.
Cool little sticker. 15 guns. Still alcohol wipe. These are the grips. Installation setup. Alright, let's get to it. So I'm gonna run and grab me a few more things. So I'll run and grab me some more alcohol. And we're gonna get started, y'all. I'll be right back.
Step one, you want to remove excess stuff from the gun, take off the slide. It makes it a lot easier to get to your grips and apply it. Also, first step will be taking the alcohol and wiping down the grips so that the adhesive will stick better to the grip. Also, you want to make sure it's very clean and dry before applying the grips, excuse me. As you can see, I'm just making sure this is thoroughly clean. Just making sure I can get in there as best I can. They give you one swab, so I just did a little bit of overkill and went and grabbed some alcohol of my own. Then I applied the swab next. This whole process, it'll only take you about 15 minutes, but the perfectionist that I am, this took me about 30 to 45 minutes just because I was like overdoing everything. You know what I'm saying? So, step two, I just wanted to do a dry run without removing the adhesive so I can just test fit it. You might want to do this before you get to it to save you some trouble. You don't want to press down too hard, bending anything, so you won't mess up when you actually apply it. Then once I do my test fit, I'm gonna cut probably about half of the adhesive off so that I can, apply everything in moderation and get everything right. And yes, I'm bothering the remote because I was watching a video or a tutorial. I'm more of a see it or hands-on type of guy. I mean, the instructions were straightforward. I could have got it from there, but I'm not gonna let a video help. YouTube helps a million with all these DIY videos, So, hey, YouTube's help me, it can help you. No shame in my game. But like I said, I cut off half the adhesive. Starting on this first side and back strap. You don't want to press too hard down now because you might have to reapply. This is about just getting everything in place and lined up. You also don't want to stretch or pull too much on the material. Everything should kind of go in place as it should. So like I said, you want to kind of press gently just to get everything on and sized up in the right way. Outside of the camera's view, I'm just kind of, like I said, putting everything in place. I'm working on that back strap piece right there. Now I'm going to start working my way up to the other side where I'll take off the other half of the adhesive so I can start on my other side. Like I said, you don't want to pull too much. Everything should get into place. These FNs have the aggressive diamond or pyramid shaped grips. So it feels kind of weird at first, but trust me, once you get to the heating process and stuff like that, it'll make it a lot easier. So now you will take the last piece of adhesive off and we're going to start wrapping this around. Like I said, I'm not going to aggressively. Also, you don't want to pull, but you do want to line everything up. Also, there will be excess material and you will be tucking this under where you started at. So you'll be cuffing that under where you started. Just like tucking in your pants, man. And because you're be tucking in this last piece, you want to make sure it's as perfect as it can be. Because of the layering, you don't want the adhesive to end up, coming off or whatnot. So you want to make sure you get that lined up really good. And I'll show you later the process that will help that smooth out a little bit more. So now that I have that in place, I'm just looking and overlooking everything to make sure I got it lined up, because this will be the point where you might want to fix some things or line some things back up so you can reapply. That's why I say you don't want to press down too hard on the first time or try to apply super hard on the first time, because you might not get it right and you might have to pull it back and do it all over again. So as you can see, this is what I'm doing now. I didn't like how some of the things were lining up, especially since you can still see my emblems. So I made sure I got those lined up, went back over it, and as you can see, I'm doing the tucking mechanism right there, making sure that tuck is perfect and it's seamless. And yeah, FN makes it a little bit easier because it has those emblems, so you know exactly where the grip is supposed to go. So now I'm starting to get on my pressing hard. I don't know why I was holding it out of camera view, but now I'm actually just applying pressure, harder, so I can start this process. So next on the list, after you get your wrap in the desired spots you want, you're gonna want to get something to heat up your wraps so that this adhesive will stick 100%. I'm gonna use a blow dryer because I don't have anything else I can use. So a hair dryer will work fine. You don't want to heat it up too much or over 130 degrees. You probably want to get it as warm as a hot cup of coffee or a warm cup of coffee, yeah, and then that adhesive will take to the grip like perfectly. Also, you're going to want to do this process about 3 times. Like I said, I'm kind of a perfectionist, so I probably did about 5 to 6 times. You want to heat it up, apply that heat to whatever side you're on at that moment. Then once you heat it up enough, you're going to want to press firmly down. As you can see, I'm trying to heat up the seams on where I tucked that wrap at. So I'm pressing very firmly down to get that grip in there, especially with seeing that, like I said, the FN has those pyramid style grips, so it's hard to get that adhesive on there. So yeah, I'm heating it up, and I'm going to do this a couple times until I get it to the desired look or the desired fit that I need it to be. Any other problems you have while you're doing this process, you can pretty much fix it. So say something's off a little bit, you can heat it up and start pushing it towards one side, to get it right. But like I said, once you get this heating process done, it pretty much locks up everything pretty good and gets everything into place and gets it on there real nice, tight, and snug. As you guys can see, I kind of overdid it, but like I said, I'm just a perfectionist. I wanted everything right because I don't want to have to do this twice, or I don't want anything peeling, As you can see, I'm putting a lot of pressure. It's almost getting there. I think I only had like a few spots like on the back strap that I needed to get into place right, because it was kind of, an awkward place to have adhesive. But like I said, with the heat, it worked pretty well. Bro. Now we got the Talon grips installed. Now it's just time to put the slide back on, my old light back on, get the gun put back together, and see how it looks. Bro, she all done. She's sexy as hell. Oh, God. That's a wrap. Hope y'all enjoyed my little tutorial, my little video I ran through. Let me know what y'all think. And yeah, I think for now I'm gonna be done with my baby. So yeah, I'm liking how she came out. Granulated grips instead of the rubber. The rubber probably been a little bit more black, but I don't mind the shininess to the granulated tape. I think I did alright for the first time. I'm a little bit of practice, so it's definitely a couple spots where I feel like I could have did better, but you can always reapply. I done already heated mine up a couple times, so yeah, I think she all good. The grip on this thing feels amazing. It definitely adds a lot of more contour and grip to the gun. You know, it has aggressive diamond grips on here, but you don't even feel them. But the gun is so grippy, it grips before you even get full hold of it. I feel like I can shoot this if I had missing a pinky or something. I could shoot it because it's so much grip.
Like how it boom, boom,
I really like how it came out. Like the fact that it still kept my symbols or my emblems for the FN sign. Got the T up there for Talon. I think it really it's dope, man. Nice aesthetics added to the gun. Yeah. FNX 45 with the O light, Vortex Viper, red dot, and some Talon grips. Yeah, and if you guys want to find those, I'll find these off. I know y'all probably get tired of me saying Amazon, but Amazon is so helpful for me, and it's not just because I'm buying cheap stuff, you know. I could have got my Viper off there, you know, but I ended up going to the store just because I didn't want to wait. So as you can see, it's very convenient. So a lot of times I'm using Amazon now out of convenience. So see if they got some quality stuff on there. If they got it, I buy it. I mean, they got everything on there from Hollison and Trigicon, everybody. Also use the Vor app and Optics Planet, but Optics Planet is they're not really good on time. So I've used the Vor more now than I have Optics Planet. Yeah, man.
I've been running through that money like a laxative. Say I fell off. How the fuck that nigga back again? Fucking